they'll stop.
It really, you just, and you carpet bomb or you shoot one and you hang them up.
Yep. That's what, hey, it did happen a long time ago, right? That's why we took the soldiers off the border. Because they shot one or, I don't know how many they shot.
That's right. All right. We appear to be popping up live.
It does work. It does work.
They can't deny that. They can't deny that. All right.
Is this thing actually working?
Places, people. Places.
I took too much for granted. I got my signals crossed.
Straight out of the DFW Metroplex, it's Saturday Morning Live with Jeff Fisher from Chewing the Fat and Brad Staggs from the Daily Mojo. Today's musical guest, the Patriotic Hillbilly Band. They're awesome,
nice.
And they donated their time. And now here are your hosts, Brad Staggs and Jeff Fisher.
Hold on a second, there's a plot in there somewhere. There. I was like, wait a second, how did we get a band? And then, because we were out of money. And then they Not Stu told us they donated their time, so that's good.
If you technically don't have any money, does that mean that you're out of money or you just don't have any money?
Well, let's see that we don't like to make that distinction because it may be that we never had any money to begin with.
Thank you.
So either way, I mean, it's the same result in the end. Are we good to go everywhere? I like to make sure.
I'm up. The only thing I care about, I'm up on X.
That's all that matters.
They shut me down once the show's over, but they let it go while the show's going.
Why don't you climb off of $400 or $500 that it takes to become a real pro?
I know. That's exactly. Why don't I give Elon some more money so he can trot the globe on my cash?
Wait a minute. What are they charging these days to be? And what is it? Premium that you have to be able to broadcast live?
Premium plus, I think, or something like that. Yeah. They keep advertising to me, hey, become a premium plus, become a premium plus, whack, become a premium plus. But they won't let me.
Because you have to do it on your phone.
It's just, no, I did it on my phone. Don't even start with me. Don't even start with me.
Didn't you have to do it on your phone and they wouldn't let you?
I had to do it on my phone the first time because I took too much for granted and I got my signals crossed, in the words of Bob Dylan. And because I did it on my phone, now I can't upgrade until the contract is up that I did on my phone, so I can make a new contract on my computer.
Those dirty bastards.
I know.
That's all I can say.
And I can tell you right now, since my wife will be out of town on the day that it expires and I'm going to do it, the same thing that happened last time is going to happen this time, and it's going to be very frustrating.
What? The hookers aren't going to show up?
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, because that is frustrating when the wife is out of town and the hookers don't show up. It's like
it's a banking thing.
Oh,
it's a banking thing.
Well, it's either sex or money.
Thank you. It's a banking thing, and what will need to happen, I can't do without her here, and so it'll be very frustrating.
So wait a minute, now I'm confused.
I may lose my
sex or is it money?
I may lose my blue check mark, and it might not be back for a few days.
Okay, all right. Well, I can relate. At least I think I can. All right, I think we're
because they won't let me do anything until the contract is up. So I've canceled the order to automatically upgrade my subscription because I'm just a lowly blue check mark subscriber.
I think that's what I am. I mean, that's all I did is I bought the blue check mark.
Yeah, I think you upgraded one afternoon when we were talking. Yeah, you upgraded one afternoon when we were talking about it.
Oh, that's right. I did pay more. How much did I pay? What was I thinking?
I don't know.
Let's see. I get what do I get? I get where's it?
If you're premium, you get it all.
I get grok and monetization. Hold on a second. I'm not yet eligible for ads revenue sharing, but I can sell subscriptions.
Yes, you can sell subscriptions, and the ad revenue sharing. Hey, you have to have so many views within a certain time period. I think it's 3 months, but I'm not positive about that.
You have to have at least 5 million impressions on your post within the last 3 months.
Okay, yeah.
So,
there you go.
what if you're listening or watching on X, watch it 2 or 3, 4 times. Watch everything I post, and then we can talk. We can have a real conversation because Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
You have to have a real conversation,
and he ain't getting.
We don't have enough conversation.
Right, exactly.
All right, so there's all kinds of stuff we can talk about today, obviously, and I'm sure that you have come to the table with plethora of things.
Let me ask you, because I want to see if I was stupid or not, because for the last 2 days I have been singing.
You're asking me this question?
Yeah, just withhold judgment.
Okay.
Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Tony Orlando and Dawn, which, by the way, the original name of the group was just Dawn. Not Tony Orlando and Dawn, but
I know
Dawn.
He had to go over there because of contractual
yes,
issues.
He couldn't sing under his...
I got the whole Tony Orlando story.
All right, so, and they even faked it, and Casey Kasem even lied about who Dawn was on the American Top 40.
Yes, no, he did, to save him under the contract. That's
bastard.
Right.
We're going to dig Casey up and beat him.
The only reason I'm familiar with the Tony Orlando story is because he just did his final concert, right, at the Mohegan Sun, and he was saying goodbye. So I read all about Tony Orlando and the history of Tony Orlando.
I never saw him live.
It's over. It's over. It's done. He's history. He's still going to be around. He does a radio show in New York, I think once a week, and he's still going to be around and help veterans, and he's very happy, but just can't tour anymore.
Wait, if he's helping veterans, he can't be a Kamala supporter then, can he?
I doubt it.
Just asking. I mean, not that it matters, but because we usually don't do politics here, but I figured the world has changed enough.
Whatever.
F them all. So
correct. We don't do politics here, but I'm wearing my "Make America Great" hat again.
What's wrong with wanting to make America great?
Nothing, you white racist bastard.
Tell me something I didn't know. All right, so I was listening to Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree, and then all this time I thought it was about a dude coming home from prison. I've coming home, I've done my time. I've got to know what is and isn't mine. It's not about prison. Because you don't get 3 years in prison. You get 3 years when you are drafted, or you in that time period you were drafted, or you joined. But and you don't hang up yellow ribbons for somebody who just spent 3 years in prison. And I don't know why all this time I thought it was a thief.
Because everyone I think in the beginning did think that.
That it was prison?
That was the narrative, that it was prison. Yeah, at least that's what I remember. But I don't know that he ever said. I don't know that I ever read an interview where he talked about that it was about veterans. But he's a big veteran supporter, and that makes sense.
All right, so there we go. So all this time I thought it was some thieving, murdering scumbag that they're tying ribbons up for, and now I just realized he was off. And here's the thing, though: if he was off in Vietnam, and I can understand now why people that in that time period were draft dodgers. Now I get it. We were all we grew up going draft dodgers. Why the hell were we there in the first place?
To save democracy.
Is that what it was? The more and more I listen to politics, which I hate. By the way, welcome to Saturday Morning Live, where we don't talk politics.
I mean, my father-in-law fought there early. I mean, he was one of the first ones there, and he went into places that we weren't supposed to go into.
Right.
And he's asked that very question these days, is like, what the hell was I even doing there?
Right.
Because nothing ever came of it, and all he did was, in the words of John Kerry, strapped to the genitals.
I mean, it brought us new forms of hash and pot, I think.
It did.
But beyond that, I mean, if somebody asked me today what was Vietnam about, I have no idea.
I mean, it really was about saving democracy, right? So that the communists didn't take over the country.
I mean, take over Vietnam. I mean,
and we just let it happen. Yeah, and we just let it. And we let it happen anyway. So whatever.
Right. And again, so now I understand. Was draft dodging such a bad? I don't know. We can go down this road. Sorry, I got off on the Tony Orlando thing, and that just got me a little rattled because I realized it's been decades, and I've been thinking the wrong thing, and that's really effed up my whole perception of reality.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And then I woke up.
Okay, Brad.
And then I woke up, and I had a dream that the president resigned, and that and then he was tripping upstairs. It was horrible.
Here's the thing,
what?
Brad.
What?
The president didn't resign, and I wish I'm sick of hearing people say that he resigned. He didn't resign. He ended his campaign for another term. He's still the president.
Is he? I mean, we got a lot to do.
We're told.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man. Holy cow. Just went limp there.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Whoa.
I know.
I don't know if you borrow that from Phil Bell, but be careful with it.
Sorry, baby. I know. It's mess with my camera. I don't like
Be
it.
gentle with that thing. By the way, they didn't clean up your bookcase either.
No, they didn't. But I left I put the Maui hat where you can see it. So
okay,
shut up.
All right. Wait, didn't I give you that?
Yes, Brad.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wanted to make sure that we were in reality. I didn't know. I couldn't remember, and it's bad. And
I left the tag on it and everything. It's right there. Thank you. I'll wear it though. I promise.
And then I had a horrible other dream that for some reason there was a trans and gay panic defense in the country.
Well, there is?
I know. I looked at that headline and went, wait, what?
Banning gay and trans panic defenses. Well, first of all, how could you ban someone's defense in a court of law?
Okay, this is the weirdest thing because I just saw this. And again, sorry for going down a rabbit hole, but here it is. Gay and transgender panic defenses are no longer viable in Michigan under legislation signed Tuesday by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Michigan is the 20th state to outlaw such defenses, which allow individuals accused of violent crimes to receive lesser sentences by arguing that the victim's sexual orientation or gender identity caused them to panic. I like that.
I'd like to see the numbers on how many times that was used, and that doesn't make it so. I mean, that's just someone trying to get acquitted.
Well, but it's a weird. That's a weird defense. Your Honor, he was gay, and I panicked.
Yeah. And
then I beat him over the head with a stick.
Right.
What is happening with this world? How did that even become a thing? And so you can't do that. If you were thinking about doing that in Michigan or any of the other 20 states, I guess that
weird. It's the hate crime thing is kind of weird to me too. I mean,
yes, it is, because if you murder somebody, I don't care why.
It's a crime.
Yes.
And of course, at the time that you actually murder someone, if found guilty,
right,
you were hating that person.
Right.
Oh no, I
love them.
I loved him so much, I had to stab him 80 times. Oh, okay. All right. Love you too.
This world is getting far too complicated for me to understand anymore. I don't even get it. Just when I think I have a handle on things, I read stuff like this and I wonder what. It really confuses me, and I just don't want to be confused anymore.
Well, I love the one pic side by side of all the protesters in D.C. this past week when that damn head of a Jewish country showed up, and they were burning flags and burning stuff in the center of town square, and that was free speech. but someone burning out on a trans flag on the middle of the road is hate. Okay, all right, you got it. You got it.
But then I'm going to say something unpopular.
Oh no!
And it has to do with Donald Trump.
Oh,
And why did he?
Flag?
Yes.
Yeah.
The hell is that?
I don't know. He's just trying to be an American because he feels that way. He feels that way about the American flag of what it represents. But it represents that whether it's on fire or not.
Right.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
You can't
It
throw
represents
people in
that no
jail
matter
for
what.
that.
It's just
what is happening?
I know. That's just. I mean, obviously, people like you that hate Donald Trump are going to use that against him. But that's just him yapping about. That's how he feels about it because it's the flag and it represents the country, and he hates it so much. And I understand that to a certain point, but then I'm like, it's still the flag. I mean, it just because they burned that flag doesn't mean the flag doesn't represent what you want it to represent.
Right.
So it's just it's a weird thing.
And and since we're down the nostalgic path, in high school, we always used to, in the yearbook, we'd say, hey, ski naked, be cool, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I miss sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Why can't we just go back to that one? That was the most important
drugs
thing.
And rock and roll,
yes.
Right?
Out chasing tail, doing drugs. You wake
and
up
listen
then
to rock and roll music,
right? And then you had a job that you had to work on the
jazz.
weekend, so you were like wake up on Saturday morning like, and you had a hangover, and you're like, no, I still got to go to work, and sell people packs of cigarettes at the drive-through dairy, but I miss those days, and the worst part was when people would come through because it was drive-through. I don't even think they have these anymore, where you drive through and it's kind of like a quick stop, but you just drove through. I want a half gallon of milk.
I get the premise, Grandpa.
Do they still have
the
those?
Premise.
Can you still do that? They don't have.
That's what I'm aware of.
So they would come through. I'd take a gallon of milk.
I don't think they do. I
haven't seen one in a long
every
time.
neighborhood, 100 years ago, when way before I was born, way before I was born.
Yeah.
There was a little.
Had rock solidified yet?
A little grocery store every 3 or 4 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
That was run by we'd stop at Riedlinger's or Bill's Party Store. I mean, I just remember Bill's Party Store, but there was also the drive-through dairy. Yeah, you'd pull up and they'd bring it out to your car and get, all right, throw in an ice cream cone.
Right.
And that was across the street from Mooney's. I was thinking about Mooney's ice cream the other day because I did a story. There's still time left in Massachusetts and some other states because July is National Ice Cream Month. And some of these ice cream parlors are having, if you go up to the counter or window or whatever, and you're a kid and you do the Pledge of Allegiance, they'll give you a free cone.
Whoa!
I know.
Bunch of nationalist pigs.
And I just remember I played baseball and softball all through when I was a kid, forever. And we played Mooney's Ice Cream used to be our sponsor, and man, we won the championships for softball and baseball. And every time we won a game, free ice cream cone, baby.
Great.
We're going to Mooney's for a free ice cream cone. Life was good.
It was. And then, you went out and chased tail because you won the game. And all the chicks wanted...
We rode our bikes, I don't know how far, to get to the ballpark to play the games.
Right.
Rode our bikes back to Mooney's Ice Cream. I mean, it was just... And we don't let our kids walk down the block today.
No.
And it's safer today than it was then, really.
Is it?
It is. It is.
All right. Well, with these, and this is a lot like the one, it may even be the place. I don't know. I just put in Lancaster, California. I think that's in California right there because isn't that a California license plate?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
I think this might actually be the place that I work. And so
nice.
you'd come out here. People drive through this way, and you come out here. Hey, what do you want? I want the milk, and I want the eggs, and I bring you the milk and the eggs, and they give you food stamps. And okay, you go back in, and because with food stamps, I don't know if you knew this, but I still think it's this way. You can't buy like smokes and beer and stuff like that with food stamps.
Correct.
So
but they have and today they use the card. Back then they had the actual food stamps, and you had to give you had to give food stamp change back.
Well,
over $1.
We gave
over $1.
We gave cash back.
No, you could change, but well, that was illegal. You were doing an illegal transaction. Yes.
I didn't know that. Don't turn me in. I mean, I don't want to go to prison.
It's supposed to be maybe they changed it, but when I was working in the grocery business, you had, if it was and there was still food stamp money, not a card. If it was under $1, you got change back. But anything over, you had to get the dollars in food stamp money.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of druggies come through and buy like a banana, so that they'd get the change back
and buy a pack of smokes,
or get their drugs or whatever they wanted. They'd get cash. They just go through the line 80 times with a banana.
They wouldn't even try to fake it with us. They would.
I let them go through. I let them go through about 10 times, and I'm like, okay, that's enough for today. They wouldn't even. They would get the change that we'd hand them back, and then say, "Okay, now I want a pack of Marlboro Reds." And pay for it with the change. And that always struck me as odd. Number one, and it may have been part. I don't know. It may have been part of that turning point in my life where I thought that isn't right. Although I would run the scam if I were them. I mean, that would be something I might do. Yeah, there's a lot of places that got busted over the years that would, and I'm sure they're still ongoing. With the cards. But if I go into a store with, even in today's world, you could do it. I'm not promoting this. I'm just saying you could do it. You go into and you have a card that has, let's say you have a card that has $100 left.
Right.
Food stamp money.
Right.
And I'm a proprietor, and I say, I'll give you $50 for that. $50 cash money for that.
Oh.
And so everybody makes out. You get cash money. I get it. I get my food stamp.
Okay. Apparently, and I don't know if maybe this is just in Texas, you can use the TANF card. Is it Texas? I don't know what TANF is. Texas something. To buy food and other items such as clothes, housing, furniture, transportation, laundry, medical supplies, and supplies for the home. You can also use the TANF to get cash from a store.
Oh, wow.
Wait a sec. What is TANF?
That can't be.
It was a temporary assistance for needy families.
Oh, okay. That's not food stamps, or that's a separate government program.
Right. It's
because they have the WIC checks. The WIC checks are specific foods and dairy products that you can get if you have families.
Okay.
And then the food stamps are if you don't make enough money, if you're under the certain level of poverty line, and I'm not sure what that is, then you get the food stamps to supplement that. And there are certain things that you can purchase with just food stamps. Okay. There are specific things you can purchase with the WIC checks. I mean, I've worked at stores that stock up on those specific items that the WIC check makes you buy. So the people in the area were very familiar with getting WIC checks.
The old WIC check game.
The old WIC checks, baby. I know.
And SNAP. SNAP is the food portion.
That's the new. That's what they call it now. Yeah.
But I also remember when I worked at this, and I'm pretty sure that's the place, this drive-through dairy, every week when the delivery was made, and it was like the cheese and milk and Ready Whip and all that stuff, we would take the Ready Whip cans and we would carefully take off the tops, and we would
for the nitrous,
suck all the gas out of them, put the top back on, and put them on the shelf. And then when someone came to buy them, we'd sell them to them. And it was the weirdest thing because they'd bring them back and say, nothing comes out. That's weird. Must be a
I
bad
don't know,
batch.
that's weird. We'll have to send it back. Yeah, I used to have
miss the old
people
days.
I know. People I know used to do that. So
I did. Did I say I did it? I don't. I mean, I saw people
you
do
said
it.
we.
I
You
think
said
I
we,
saw
and that
people. I
usually
was close to people who used to do that. Let me just.
I'd be so pissed if I bought that. And I'd be sad. I really would be pissed.
We also used to throw water balloons off freeway overpasses onto cars.
Oh,
Don't do that.
yeah, that's a hate crime.
Do not do that.
That is a hate crime.
As much fun as it sounds like, it's all fun and games until someone drives up into an embankment and their car explodes and they die. And then it's not much fun. It really isn't.
That is awesome.
I mean,
that was tremendous. You know that. I mean, I don't know if it happened to you, but you damn well know it happened.
Well,
that's just outstanding.
You see these hooligans now, and they're like throwing rocks off overpasses. At least we did.
You did with the water balloon. You didn't have it mean any harm. You just wanted to smash on top.
I mean, granted, you hit a water balloon doing 80 miles an hour.
I didn't mean to put the mom with 3 kids in the car to swerve and hit the embankment and everyone die. Honestly, I didn't mean that.
I didn't. I mean, it was just fun watching the balloons go, and then the car's doing
unintended consequence.
Right. And you see the brake lights slam on, the car fishtails a little bit. Everybody's fine. We didn't hurt many people.
I know of people that used to throw snowballs at cars, and man, there was a few people that were very unhappy.
That is not funny.
They were very unhappy with getting hit with a snowball. Man, I know of people who have run through neighborhoods, dove over fences, under bushes.
Wait a minute.
To avoid being caught by people that have been hit by snowballs on their cars.
All right, so we used to do that. It was not snowballs because it was California. The water balloons standing on the side of the road and throwing them at cars as they came back. But they had to drive like
that's better than the overpass.
Yeah, it is. It is right because I mean, you're on a level playing field and they can chase you.
Yeah.
But we'd do that, and then they'd have to go down like a quarter of a mile before they could hook around the island and get back into where we were.
If there was traffic, I'll have you know that there's some adult males that just stop and go in reverse quickly.
This was the 70s. They didn't do that then.
Oh, okay.
They didn't do that then. But to this day, I'm terrified when I see AMSOIL. The AMSOIL van, because we did that to an AMSOIL van, and when it hit the side of that little panel van, it sounded
so
like
loud.
Gunshot. And
so loud.
He turned around and he came whooping down that neighborhood. I actually scaled in one leap a 6-foot cinder block fence. I was over that. I Jesse Owened. I was so impressed with my athletic ability back then.
So awesome.
And then I saw the machete coming over the top of the wall, and I thought, ooh, this guy is not effing around.
Very unhappy. Don't move. Don't breathe.
Oh, he saw us, and I went running down the street, and you couldn't have caught me in a Ferrari. I mean, I was the fastest white boy in the world that night. Not that I was throwing the water balloons, but I was near the people who were throwing them, and I just didn't want to be associated with them.
Right.
Damn it.
Right.
Somebody says you look off-centered.
I do. I know. I moved a little, and now I can't move again. Somebody messed with my camera up here.
Hey, Toby.
Brand kids that never fixed this as a camera.
Well, Sue Mariani says, hey, Toby, doesn't Jeffy look off-centered? Wow. You people in the YouTube chat room.
There. How's that?
There's something wrong with it.
Now the microphone is crooked. So.
Let's see if you're still centered now. No, see, now you're way off.
I know. You don't. You message. It's your fault.
I'm just leaving that up for the rest of So anyway, I didn't mean to hog the conversation there, but going down memory lane was just a good.
Yeah. Was it?
Good times.
Was it?
Which brings us
Oh, see, this is just gonna. Okay.
Here, you want me to?
Now this of course has music underneath it, and we don't want to be flagged by any social media site playing the wrong music, agonizing.
Played it. 75.
But this goes through all this memorabilia and signs of the past.
Mood ring. Right?
Is that what we're doing? We're shouting out what the product is. Okay, bonus burger, Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts. I love Girl Scouts.
These those little candies, and candies necklaces.
Those are so good, even
Those were
today,
good.
if you can find them.
Yeah, the candy necklaces. Oh yeah, the puzzle with the numbers. Yes.
Only smart people did that, and I could never figure that damn thing. That's worse than the Rubik's Cube.
It's so easy. Jeez.
No, it is not.
It is.
Not
it
easy.
is though. Look at that. The cards on the bike wheels. Yes. Kenny's shoes. Yes. Who didn't have a pair of Kenny's?
What happened to Kenny shoes?
They probably got bought out. Now I'll give you. Now I seriously, the kids, younger folk today, they have no idea what that is.
No, they don't.
Was that a walkie-talkie? Yes, that's what it is. That's a 1970s mouse. Is what that is.
They were clunkier back then. I don't think we should even tell them what those things are.
All right, keep going.
Yeah.
Fruit Stripes. Are they still around?
I don't.
You gotta be, right?
Maybe. What's that say? Yipes in action. What the hell is that? Yep.
Oh yeah, nobody knows what this is anymore. That's for sure. Fudge sickles, yeah.
Yum.
Jeez. Go-go boots, baby.
Linda Chavez.
I don't know that that's Linda in the picture, but
it is to me.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay, moving on.
Oh yeah.
I had a Star Trek phaser that shot those things.
If you throw those, they come back.
Yeah. Wait, no. Those things are they're tiny. Those things are like an inch in diameter, aren't they? Is that
aware of the.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It's a joke.
Didn't know. Lilt.
Yeah.
I may have had a berm.
Fake hair. Shorthand. Yeah, everybody thought they could be a shorthander. Oh yeah, you put these on to be taller, walk around, be monstrous.
Romper stompers.
Yeah.
These were good for short kids.
That's what they were designed for.
Right. So they didn't feel so inferior to those of us who were above average height.
Correct. Or would step on them and break them. Anyway.
Is that Mercurochrome? Oh, it is Mercurochrome.
Yeah, Mercurochrome. Fix anything in the world.
It really would. And it made a good pizza topping.
Pizza. Oh, man. Just terrible.
Wait a minute. Terrible. Wait, isn't Chef Boyardee, isn't that racist?
It is now, yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Thongs.
And LGBTQIA plus IA is taking those over. You can't wear those anymore.
We were gay back in the 70s like nobody's business.
Yep.
Wearing thongs on our feet. Kissing. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Moving on.
These erasers. Every girl in America had these damn things.
Wait a minute. Oh, is that?
What?
I thought that went with the last thing.
It might have in the end.
Where do you put the batteries?
I'm seriously, every girl in America had those freshen up gums. That's got to still be around, right?
And what did we used to call it?
I called it gum with go.
You never called it cum gum?
How dare you? Oh my gosh!
People I knew did. Back when.
Oh yeah, A&W root beer floats. Gotta love it. A&Ws, yeah, baby.
And it's slip and slide.
Slip and slide, yes. Jeez.
And I don't know that this is true, but there is a house that was just down the street from Beth Enoch's house in Nashville where they shot the slip and slide commercial back in the 70s. And that may be that yard, but it may not be.
But it may not be.
What the hell is that?
I'm not sure.
Is that strawberry shortcake?
Oh, that's a little doll. Yeah, the little bougie little doll thing. Yeah.
Is that some doll from Satan?
Yeah.
The ring toss. Somebody's
Oh,
yelling. I
yeah.
can hear somebody yelling about the little doll from Satan. Spirograph. Yep.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Tiger beat.
Tiger beat. Oh wow. Yeah.
You know, I never thought about it, but you know, if you were gay, if you were like a Ute gay back in the 70s, you
well,
probably
there weren't any.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, I don't. But if you were, let's just say there were, that was.
Oh yeah. You couldn't wait for Tiger beat. Oh yeah, the steamed hair rollers. Oh,
Don't they still have those?
Yeah, probably, but
Well,
not
there's
like that for good photo man.
You know,
there's no way to get your pictures anymore. That's why those don't exist. And if people don't have a way to get pictures.
For the Utes of America right now, you have no idea what it was like to send nude photographs to somebody back in the 70s. It was tough, and you had to risk. You had to
know somebody at the photo mat,
right?
That knew somebody at the place where they get developed,
right?
That would get them back to you.
Yep.
And it was tough. It was tough.
It was a lot tougher. I never could make those stupid paper thingies. It was just too tough.
That doesn't surprise me, but
give a hoot, don't pollute.
Yeah. And sheer energy pantyhose. Oh my gosh, yes, we all said those stupid things in our lives.
HR.
Yes, thank you.
And
that's the main man right there.
It was not about drugs.
Oh.
It was not. Sid and Marty Krofft said so. They said just because it's named Lidsville, as in a lid of pot, just because the mayor or whatever what the hell is he anyway? He's got a stem growing out of his head. HR puffin stuff?
I forget what it was all, it was all about an LSD trip, wasn't it?
Of course it was. And yet they say, no, what about drugs, lying sacks?
I will say I worked with a news guy for years that I called HR puffin stuff because he looked just like that.
Did he have this? What the hell is that? A stem?
And it was so, I loved him, but he was so angry when he found out that everybody was calling him that.
Okay, what's wrong with these? There's nothing wrong with those shoes.
No, it's just what the chick said. Oh, yeah. And a little Tupperware.
These still exist. They're just clear now so that you don't have to take the lid off to see all the green, slimy mold growing on the food you left in there for 2 weeks.
Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Oh, yeah, baby.
It's KFC now.
I miss these.
The Cool Pops, baby. You can still make those. Those are still around. Oh my gosh, the little stupid discs.
Don't tell them. If they don't know what these are, F them.
All right.
Yeah.
Dippity doo. Yeah, I'm sure you're making something nasty out of that when it's not supposed to be, but go ahead.
It's kind of slippery. The wall phone.
It can be used for multiple things.
Right. If you need to lube up the computer.
Who's using all the dippity doo in the house? I don't know, Mom. Anyway.
More porn.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what kind of Satan spawn you grew up with, but I never saw this.
You never climbed?
No, I never climbed a doorway.
You look like Satan spawn.
Okay. Ugh. There's the magic mirror.
Magic mirror.
Don't be a doobie. And I'm just saying that's awesome. Another drug reference from Romper Room. Be a doobie. For those of you who don't know, a doobie is actually, it's a marijuana cigarette.
It's slang for...
It's a slang for marijuana cigarette.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hang on a second.
Oh, no. Sorry to interrupt, guys.
All right.
It's time for a quick break.
Right, yeah.
You'll be right back.
Yeah, we will. Wow.
And they're back.
That is
Brad Staggs and Jeff Fisher.
It is amazing. Those breaks seem to get shorter and shorter.
That was fast. Did you see the Olympics last night? Did you watch the opening ceremonies?
No, I heard about them though, and I see all of the brouhaha about the Last Supper and drag queens.
It's terrible. It did get. I will say this: it was god awful, boring, and disgusting, and all there. Yeah, I get the anti-Christian stuff, and the anti-Christian stuff. Whatever, we get that out of the way. But it did get better as we got closer to the torch blowing, but it just was pretty boring. I was really disappointed. I know they thought that was a good idea to have all the countries come down the river on boats and be celebrated, but it was just like, okay, we got it. Let's get to it. And then where everybody's at is at the Eiffel Tower, which was cool. And the light show on the Eiffel Tower was tremendous. At the very close to the very end, was they were getting ready to light the torch. But guess what? That's not where the torch is. Okay, so the torch is over there on the other side of the city. That they have to go over there. We have to have cameras, and they light the cauldron, which is on a giant balloon that goes up into the air, so it goes up over the city, which was, was cute. It was cute. I got it. And then Celine Dion, they drug her out of the stiffness disease to do a couple of songs, and one was right there on the Eiffel Tower, which was actually really cool.
That's not the Eiffel Tower.
She did a great job. No. I thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know my sites.
I wasn't sure if you knew that was the Eiffel. Okay, whoa, she's had some work done.
No doubt about that.
I don't even know who that is.
But
wow.
Oh, three cuts to clown face, baby.
Wow, she should have quit while she was ahead, whoever she is.
Well, she's still doing NBC Paris, so still got a gig.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the invasion.
There's the boats. Hang on a second. So that's here we are, clown face again. All right, so this countdown to the opening ceremony, and their boats.
Yeah, they had it all set up for the river, and they all came down, and they single file, and some boats had multiple countries, obviously real? Because they don't have enough. People, so some boats had multiple countries on it. And,
that's AI right there. That's not real, is it?
Yeah, no, I don't think they came down they came down one at a time.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I was going to say that, and anymore you can't be sure of what the hell is real.
Is this the full light show at the end? No, this is just a countdown. This is all just AI
BS. Is stupid. I don't want the countdown to it. I want to see the damn opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
Is that?
It was before Celine when they did the big light show.
Okay, well, there's Snoop Dogg was there.
He carried the torch around. It was just really slow and tedious. And then when we got close to the lighting of the torch or lighting of the cauldron, then France had 80,000 different people having to touch the torch, and some were from Spain, and it was just get to it, light it.
What the hell was what is that?
There you go. That's a shot.
What is that?
That's a shot of them. Okay, so each, like I said, countries are on the boats, and they're coming down the Seine River there. And it was a good idea. It was cute. And it rained all the time. It was raining the entire time. So it wasn't, it's beautiful to be in France, but everybody's soaked and drenched.
Which is it?
This is Gaga. This is Gaga.
All right.
She was fun. I like Gaga.
I like Gaga too. Who doesn't like a little Gaga? But
and then this is the
what is that?
This is the Grim Reaper that was off and on again, bringing the torch through Paris. They started, at the beginning and went to the catacombs and went all through Paris with the torch and passed it off.
What, the Grim Reaper?
That's what I called it. I don't know who this person is or what it's called as far as Paris and the Olympics. I called it the Grim Reaper.
And then
they had different acts all over the city that they were doing, and NBC did their very best to make it look and sound great, but it was just awful.
It doesn't look and you skipped over the front part there about the whole again, I didn't see it, but what was the whole Last Supper thing with the?
They had a big singing event that they were doing, and that it really made fun of the Last Supper, and the videos are out there. You can go and watch it. It was just terrible, and they had the trans people dancing, and
why is that a good idea?
They showed the one scene commercial recorded thing. They were in Paris, and they were in this library, and it's probably one of the world famous libraries in Paris, and they're all reading books about love, and we all get along. And it was in all the books were in French, so I don't care. I'm not using my translator to see what was on the book, but it probably said, "Hey, I'm Frenchy French, screw me." And they all go up the stairs, and then there's a threesome that happens, of course, and there's a big gay kiss, and people, it was just terrible. It was terrible. Yeah, this is the Last Supper shot. He's not part of the NBC coverage, just so you know. I don't know.
Right. No, it's just some rando. It's some guy's YouTube channel. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you.
Actually,
thanks for playing along. Appreciate it.
To do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And then there's what's his face? Oh, this picture doesn't have Jesus on it.
But why did they? I mean, why is that a good idea?
I don't know. They think it's artistic, and they had fashion shows of down. They tried to cover all the things that are France, and even whatever. It was just terrible. It was boring. It was terrible. Sorry, NBC. And I'll bet you that all the people that tuned in up to the Last Supper, and maybe they made it a little bit past the Last Supper, with Marie Antoinette being headless in the window singing.
Wait, hold on.
It's really funny to me.
Time out. It is kind of clever. How did she sing without a head?
And she had her head, but the body was holding the head.
Oh,
it was.
All right, well,
they think they're so artsy fartsy.
That's
and so
kind of creative. All right, I can get behind that. Actually,
I know. That's what I said.
That one I can do. Yeah,
I get it.
I mean, that's just. I mean, if she, what, if Marie Antoinette had kept her mouth shut, she wouldn't have had to worry about carrying her head around.
Everything would have been fine, right?
Just saying.
That's a good rule of thumb.
If you don't want to have your head cut off, keep your pie hole shut.
That's a good.
By the way, Idaho Cougar fan in the chat room says, "Morning, guys. We did drive-by paintball shootings, and it would surprise people when that paintball hit the window and splattered. We did it at a McDonald's in American Fork, Utah."
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
I mean,
it's funny though.
Is
funny.
it?
And how you can't?
It's
well, that's the thing.
If you're holding the paint gun, yeah,
yes,
it's funny.
Yeah.
If you're you're on the receiving end,
yeah, it's not so funny.
It's kind of like unexpected butt stuff. It's just not. It's not funny. You're welcome.
A little different though, actually.
Is that really different than the other?
Yeah, it is. That is. So I'm excited about the Olympics. Some of the events and the athletes, but it's just. The
okay,
whole, they try to get so artsy fartsy, and they try to, Paris tries to think that everybody tries to outdo one another instead of just presenting something that is large and awesome and be done with it. And they didn't consult me. So my favorite part of the whole thing, I think, is when, because Jill Biden, who hates her husband, Joe Biden, our president, immediately after they forced him out of campaigning, she gets in the plane and shoots over to Paris because she's got to be there for the Olympics, for the opening ceremony. And there's footage of her waiting in line, waiting online. You get online to see your brother, to see Macron with all the other world leaders in this Olympic celebration. She's the last one waiting online to be greeted by Macron. The last one. I mean, it's really funny to me. I'd be pissed if I were her, but it was funny to me.
And you know what? In the words of Eddie Murphy, you brought that shit on yourself. She did.
They treated her nice once she got there, but the whole time there's a video out there you can find. It's got the timeline. It was a long time. She was online for at least maybe 6 to 10 minutes. Waiting to get up to Macron and the wife to take pictures. Hilarious. She's the last one who just made me laugh.
You mentioned Joe Biden, and I saw this.
Made me happy.
I did, because I saw this morning, and I thought, The headline is at the New York Post. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like Obama just then. But
and all the stars were there. I mean, all the big money stars were there last night. They all had their own little private hoopty hoops, and it's just
The problem is it's become like everything else. It's just it's so elite and bougie.
and there most definitely
To quote
is.
somebody I know.
That's exactly what it is.
And the Olympics didn't used to be that. They used to be like, every
For the
people's
people.
sport. Yeah.
For the people.
And now
I know.
it's almost like we are getting to that point in history where it's all the performances for the king.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Weird.
Kind of weird. All right, so
It is weird. Anyway, your headline, New York Post. Sorry.
I almost hesitate because again, it's politics. But I did want to bring this up because you're going to hear this now. Biden camp suggests president quickly endorsed Kamala Harris to defy Barack Obama.
We actually covered. We talked about this before this story.
That's crap.
I
why I don't believe it? And you tell me if I'm wrong. Because that speech was written and recorded. I don't believe he did it live. The I Quit speech. That really didn't say anything.
And he never did tell us why.
He never did tell us why. He even gave us the argument that he
believes that he's the right guy for the job.
Yeah.
He said it all along.
He said,
he believes he's the guy.
Yeah, he does.
I disagree with him, but he believes that he's the guy.
He believes that he deserves a certain turn. And to be honest,
when he is lucid and has a thought that's his, he believes he's the guy.
And to be fair, people who voted in the Democrat primary believed he's the guy too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But sometimes, Brad, you have to abandon democracy to save democracy.
Yes.
I don't know if you know that or not.
I did. I've heard that rumor. I wasn't sure if it was true or not, but I've heard the rumor. But if he, in fact, did not do that speech live, which I don't think he did, I think it was pre-recorded, and I think there could have even been off to the side someone with a gun to his head. Read it as we wrote it.
I saw the pictures, Brad. There was no one off to the side with a gun.
How do you know it wasn't the cameraman that was holding the gun?
Well, we don't.
Okay.
We don't.
So in that case, they wouldn't have been able to slip in the president's endorsement of Kamala Harris. That was part of the gig. So that's why, and watch, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is why at the last minute, the Obamas could come in and slide Big Mike in there because they never wanted Harris to begin with. They were stuck with her because
It's too late for that now.
That's what we would have said about Joe Biden after he basically won the nomination through the primary, right?
No,
too late for that now. He's the candidate.
That's true. But see, he did not endorse her. It took forever for him to endorse Kamala. And if you remember right, when he released the letter that someone wrote for him that wasn't on White House paper and had the different signature, that letter that's his. Right, in that letter he did not mention endorsing Kamala, but the next social media post endorsed Kamala, because remember the first report that Biden was going to stop campaigning and turn it over to the convention, and it was going to be an open convention, and that's what Barack wanted, because then he could bring in his boy. Or girl, or whoever he wanted. I mean, rumors are that it was Kelly, but whoever he wanted. And but Biden didn't want to leave.
No,
he did not want to leave.
He made that very clear.
Right. I tried to make the case that if he was, I know he was terrible, but if he was the Joe Biden that he was when he said he was going to stop campaigning, if he was that Joe Biden during the debate, he'd still be campaigning for president.
And the montage that you sent to me, you put that out there, and did you guys talk about that on Pat?
Not yet.
Okay,
no,
you're going to do that.
I saw this after the show
on Monday.
It's incredible.
Well, and I don't know.
Do you think the timeline is right?
It might be.
I didn't double check the timeline. I didn't actually double check the timeline in this video, but it's pretty compelling.
And really good case. Did you rewatch? Well, and should we play it because we still have to get to the And the only reason I say we have to get to our performance today is because, and I can hear the collective, because they donated their time and they did a really good song. And they are the Patriotic Hillbilly Band. And it's only a
I'm
minute
surprised that all the ones who identify as a female there's not one that has a third breast, because there's some finger issues.
Which it's amazing what they can do with that extra funky finger.
My man on the on stage,
right.
The stage left. That's an issue, man. He's got that was some sort of mining accident or something.
I think it was, but here's the Patriotic Hillbilly Band.
In the heart of this country, red, white, and blue, there's a fire burning bright between me and you. Without
oh yeah, baby.
Dirt,
right?
and our heads held high, we won't let those damn red flags blot out our sky.
Thank you.
Don't let them steal our homeland. We'll stand and fight for the land of the free, where hearts are light. With our fiddles and banjos, we'll raise a cheer against those red shadows that we all fear.
Damn straight. They hate the commie bastards.
Under stars shining high, in the still of the night, I'll defend my homeland with all my might. Don't let them steal our homeland. We'll stand and fight for the land of the free, where hearts are light. With our fiddles and banjos, we'll raise a cheer against those red shadows that we all fear.
Think about it.
I'm just saying. That is a patriotic song right there.
Yeah, I don't mind the song. The video, could be better, but whatever. It's, not judging.
Wow. Patriotic Hillbilly Band, ladies and gentlemen. And they are patriots. I'm going to say that. They are patriots. Because they...
Okay, so I'm not even going to get to my favorite story of the day, because I do want to talk about... I want you to tell me if this is real or not.
You've got time.
All right. The guy...
Whoa! Holy crap! Sorry.
What? Hey, when you're done with your song, don't turn off the microphones when you're going to clean stuff up. Patriotic hillbillies, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
That made me pee just a little bit. I apologize. That was scary. You're talking about this.
Yes. I want you to know, if this real or not.
All right, here we go.
Today is real or not.
Recording.
Guy broke.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I know you probably don't know me, but I was the one that broke in your house yesterday.
You did what?
I broke in your house. Anyway, that's neither here or there. Have you seen a set of keys laying around anywhere? This was the last place I know I had them.
Is you serious? Did you really come to my house looking for your keys?
Yeah, why would I go to anybody else's house looking for their keys if I know I have my keys at your house? Have you made it here yet? Because I can take a glance around real quick and see if I see them.
You know what? I'm about to call the goddamn police on you.
You ain't got to do all that.
You broke into my house. Why didn't you break into your own damn house?
How ignorant would it be from... Man, really, think logic. How ignorant would it be for me to break in my own house?
Right.
And if you don't get your ass off my porch.
Oh.
Man, fuck your porch.
So, real or not?
Why didn't we just go to the sun when it's nighttime? Because it would be so much easier and you wouldn't have to deal with the heat. Because
you don't know. That's neither here nor there. I'm the guy that broke into your house, okay? It was pretty funny.
It could be real because this is 2024.
I know.
And that's the part that scares me.
I know.
Let's see, algorithmic arrival annotation. I'm just checking the comments here, make sure that We didn't miss anybody. Toby says, Chris says Jeffy's making room for a guest star. Oh, it's the off-center thing. Sorry.
Oh,
And then it's you know how it is. All right, so I guess it's that time for the
that's it.
The joke of the day. I mean, this is the fastest hour in.
There's no doubt about that. That's most definitely the fastest hour.
It really, truly is. Well, you know, when you're with people that you love, time goes by incredibly fast.
Of the day.
And when you're with people that you don't particularly like, it still goes fast because you know it's still show business. And
so a cab driver picks up a nun, and the cab driver stares at her, and she asks him why he's staring, and he says, I don't know, I've always just kind of had a fantasy to kiss a nun. And she says, I'll kiss you if you're single and Catholic. And the cab driver says, well, I'm both. And the nun says, well, pull into the alley. And so the nun kisses him in a way that, you know, would make a hooker blush. We'll just leave it at that. I know. Back in the cab, though, cab driver starts to cry a little bit. Says to the nun, I lied. I'm married and Jewish. And the nun says, well, that's okay, because my name is Kevin, and I'm going to a Halloween party.
And remember, you can get a cameo from Jeffy, but it's not free, so don't even ask. And if it's more of Brad Staggs that your heart needs, that's easy too. Follow him on all the socials at Real Brad Staggs. He never checks his email, but you can try brad@thedailymojo.com. Also, download the Daily Mojo app. It's on the Apple App Store right now, just waiting for your tug. As long as you guys don't need anything else, like a foot rub or maybe a neck massage, great!
Yeah, I do.
Then I'm out of here. Watch the Daily Mojo Monday morning at 7 and Chewing the Fat drops again Monday afternoon. Until then, I'm not Stu, saying if it's pasta you want, you gotta boil some noodles. Hasta la vista, baby!